Good morning and welcome to our breakfast devotion. It is Thursday, October 14th, 2021, and we are just delving through the week and through the month, and it's just going gangbusters. So, welcome as we look into our text today, and our text is out of the Gospel of Luke, and that is chapter 22, verses 24 through 30. We're going to delve a little bit into the art of greatness. Everyone loves to be great. Uh, and nothing better than have people think you're really great. But we'll find out what Jesus has to say about this. So if you got your breakfast already, you've got your scriptures open to Luke 22, verses 24 through 30. We will begin. Now, a dispute also rose among these men, these disciples of Jesus, as to which one of them could be regarded as the greatest. I'm sure they all had their reasons. But he said to them, the kings of the Gentiles lord it over them, and those in authority over those who they call benefactors. But not so with you. Rather, the greatest among you must become like the youngest, and the leader like the one who serves. For who is greater, the one who is at the table or the one who serves? Is it not the one at the is it not the one at the table? But I am among you as one who serves. And you are those who have stood by me in my trials. And I confer on you, just as my Father has conferred on me, a kingdom, so that you may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and you will sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. Oh, yeah. Greatness. I'm sure these gentlemen were arguing, well, now I hold the money bags, so obviously the treasurer's the greatest who controls the money. He who controls money controls everything. Maybe. Well, Peter might say, he chose me first. Well, certainly I must be the greatest. We don't know who's all arguing here, but there's a great argument going on, trying to top each other for greatness. See, the irony of this conversation is significant because Jesus is about to go to the cross, and the disciples are arguing about which one of them is greatest when Jesus brings his kingdom. They're thinking he's going to lead a revolt against Rome. So they got some weird ideas, some different ideas than what Jesus does. But see, the irony of this conversation is also intentional. Now, in Mark, who's most likely the source of this scene for both of Luke and Matthew, Jesus has this conversation with his disciples as they make their way toward Jerusalem and Jesus' death on the cross. So it follows, in fact, one of his predictions of his death. Matthew follows suit, but Luke moves this scene and conversation so that it falls immediately after Jesus shares the Passover meal with his disciples. Now, decisions like this often provide clues to the heart of the author's concern. In this case, Luke's adaptation of this scene highlights the nature and import of the cross. So Jesus' passion, according to Luke, isn't the random tragedy of a good man who just died too young. It's not even about the sad tale of one more innocent victim of injustice, sentenced by a corrupt institution. No, that's not what Luke wants us to see. Rather, it is an intentional and deliberate act of the Son of God who, through his life and death, set us an example, us his followers. See, True greatness, Jesus says, looks like this. It finds satisfaction in service. True greatness delights in working for the good of others. Indeed, greatness finds expression chiefly in willing and working toward the well-being of those around you. In this way, true greatness is akin to love, putting the needs of others up front. Now, let me say on the offset, there's nothing wrong with being considered great. But it's when we tout our own greatness that our greatness becomes meaningless. Greatness comes at being the least. Greatness comes at the cost of ourselves, at the putting aside of ourselves and putting the others up front. We rise when we lift others up. See, service offered out of love. From that kind of a viewpoint of Jesus, it isn't just about one of many elements of the Christian life. It is what the Christian life is about, service to others. Not that we get accolades and greatness put upon us, but that the greatness comes from our service, by putting others at a greater position of importance. Jesus is about to go to the cross for his disciples and for us, and at least in Luke's gospel, part of the reason is to teach us the nature of true greatness. Is willing to lay down one's life and is being willing to serve those around us, period. That's where I'll leave it. Willingness to serve those around us is greatness, period. Please join me in this prayer. Dear God, remind us that greatness rests not in our own self, but in the service and the leadership that resides in caring and compassion. For you came not to be served, but to serve and to set for us an example of a life lived in and from love. We give you thanks for showing us that on the cross and then rising again. Thank you for serving us. In your name we pray. Amen. Well, again, thank you for joining me this morning. I have such a wonderful time talking with you on this and speaking on this. And this is a great topic for us, service and greatness. It's the whole fiber of the Christian life. That's just the way Christ meant it. So, as you get ready to serve someone, remember, be still, for God is still God, and God is the God who serves us through his Son, Jesus Christ. You have a wonderful day. It's holding on to that. Join me tomorrow for Friday, where we look at Psalm 104, a beautiful psalm of blessing God and looking at all that God has done for us, because God is God. So God's blessings as you continue through your day, and be a blessing to others. We will see you tomorrow. God bless.